everyone can hear me okay. This is an initial reaction video. I had just downloaded the 2023.6.11 updates, and I need a little bit of charge, so I thought, let's just run it through its paces. Let's see exactly how the Park Assist works, and it was exactly what I thought it would be. I did definitely put a poll out a few minutes ago and asked the community here, should I go live? Should I do a reaction video? And people said it isn't what you think it is. It certainly is. I have the Park Assist autopilot improvements update on my vehicle. I've seen some very exciting things as I'm driving and I get close to, we live in a neighborhood where people park on the street. So as I got close to those vehicles, I could see Tesla Vision kind of working its magic. It's interesting. This car does not have the ultrasonic sensors around the vehicle in the front and the back to show distances. So it is fully relying on the cameras of those vehicles, and it's also very dark. So I'm interested to see, as I'm kind of driving very close to the supercharger here, what the distance looks like as I'm backing up to the supercharger. Are there any other cars around to kind of see if it gauges those? But what better way to do that than to experience all of that brand new with the community and the folks that are watching live? So we're super close to being able to do that. It was interesting. I'd been waiting for this update for, I don't know, the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, ever since I started getting notifications that people were actually receiving some sensor technology with the vision system for, radar features that we don't have in these Model Ys. So as I was sensing that coming closer and closer to when I was going to be available to download, I was getting very anxious. So super exciting to finally get the notification that says, it's time. You are going to now download the big update. And it took about 25 minutes. I've got really good Wi-Fi at the house, Wi-Fi router really close to the garage. And it took a pretty decent amount of time, 25, 30 minutes before I was finally able to kind of go outside and see if this update was the update, the one that most of us have been waiting on, as we don't have sensors. And a lot of folks have different opinions, and I am probably on the boat of, hey, cars have not had sensors or radar technology for a really long time. So, we could do without, but I really am glad that I have it back, because it'll be interesting to see if it gives me more confidence when I'm pulling up or parking. I know auto park probably still doesn't work, things like that. Not a huge deal, but I am at the supercharger. So we're going to back up for the very first time. It is dark, so that will be interesting. And I want to make sure that I remove the mount. So let me go ahead and do that really quickly. Let me turn everybody around. I'm not going to turn you around. I'm going to do this fancy move. This is what we're called running technology live. So we're going to turn this around. And this is what it currently looks like without ultrasonic sensors on the new update for Tesla Vision Park Assist. And I am going to actually pull up just a hair. So I'm going to pull up just a hair, and then I am going to put it in reverse. And then this is the view I get. I am obviously backing up to those superchargers. So let's see what happens. This is going to test my live streaming capabilities. Can I hold the phone in one hand and use all of the cameras? Okay, so it is actually sensing the drop off in the curb. There isn't a curb there, right? It is just grass. It goes from gravel to grass, and I'm assuming that's what it is sensing. Okay, now it's starting to sense the Tesla supercharger in the back. I'm assuming that pole. So we're doing really well here. I'm actually going super slow just to kind of see what happens. All right, it says 22 inches. I would assume I'm probably a little bit farther away than 22 inches, but we're getting closer and closer. So I'm going to back up. And when will it tell me to stop? That's about when I would stop anyways. So definitely really cool. I'm going to throw it back into reverse just so you can see that again. This is kind of what I'm getting. And again, there is, no longer a paved lot there where it's showing that edge, which is really neat. I didn't expect that. I assumed curbs, things that were elevated, um, giant cinder blocks, walls, but not like a change in what the camera sees as far as sensing how far away that would be. Super interesting. Didn't know that was going to be a thing. It obviously is. I'm in a parking lot, as most Tesla superchargers are. But thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys jumping on. This was just a quick video. I wanted to test that for the first time, give you my initial reaction, which is that's pretty cool. For a car that didn't have technology available to me when I bought it, something that we were a little bit nervous on, right? Without ultrasonic sensors, we were going to miss out on things like, the park assist, where it would actually park itself and pull into supercharger stations. We would miss out on being able to be confident when pulling forward into a parking lot. I know that was super important for my wife. If we lose that, I just really like that feature, and I hate that we're having to do without that feature. I know a lot of other people that bought Teslas had the same feelings. So I am here to say, in my experience on this very quick update, that I believe it worked very similarly to the ones that we had, although I'm assuming in different situations, those what we'll just call squigglies, what the camera is seeing in those wavy lines probably will be pretty gnarly depending on the situation that we're in. But it is dark. So the technology is good enough in these cars to be able to showcase, what its capabilities are in these conditions. I know there's a lot of light around here. But, even my driveway, when I was pulling away, like it noticed the car in front of me, it noticed the car beside me. It had a lot more sensing than I remembered when we rented the Tesla vehicles. So I'm extremely impressed. That obviously it's going to have some kinks. There are people that are saying, how can this be anywhere as good as what we used to have? Well, they were just smoother lines. They weren't the squigglies. So maybe your assumption of what was better was because the technology was just showing you a smoother line and not necessarily what the data was bringing in. And I think that's what we're seeing now is that like the cameras are seeing what they are ingesting and then creating these very rough estimates on where it may meet. And it is just to me, it is a rough estimate, right? There's no way I would ever take it as like the gospel, like 22 inches. Okay, I'm going to go back 20 more inches and see if I hit something. I'm always going to use common sense when I'm backing up and parking. But these sensors or Tesla Vision, no more sensors, the way that it is sensing things around you, it's really cool. So just a quick update. I hope to have a couple more videos out. Life's gotten crazy and hectic. It did have to go back to the service center, which will be an entirely new conversation. It's been a journey. It has been a journey, and it's going to have to go back again. I just don't know if I have the strength to tell the story today. But I appreciate everybody checking us out on Small Indiana. Love doing these videos. Love informing you on cool things that I'm seeing, at least doing these live reactions. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, happy to answer those at any time. And like and subscribe, all the stuff. That way I can continue to make content on YouTube and they don't shut me down. So appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hopefully I'll have some updates on where we're at with all of our service visits. And I am going to probably clean the car very shortly and do a cleaning video just to show you how I've cleaned the car for the first time with some new accessories and just really enjoying the experience. So everybody have a great night until we see you on the next one.